Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be showing you the best features of the Realme C15. By the way guys, I'll also be making a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I'll be talking about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now the most highlighting feature about this phone is definitely its battery and quick charge support. This phone sports a massive 6000 mAh battery, supports quick charging and also comes with an 18 watts power adapter inside the box. With the fast charger, phone can be charged in about 2 to 2.5 hours, completely from 0 to 100%, and with that 6000 mAh battery, phone can easily last you up to 2 days. Or for a normal user, it might last even more. Now the next best thing about this phone is definitely its display. This phone sports a 6.5-inch IPS display with HD Plus resolution, with a mini drop notch, with 88.7% screen to body ratio and 420 nits of brightness. It also has a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass for additional protection. Even though it has just HD Plus resolution, while normal usage or even while watching videos, I didn't notice any major issues with resolution. Everything was pretty sharp and neat. Except when you play games like Asphalt 9, you might not notice the lack of resolution. Next best thing about this phone would be performance. This phone sports a MediaTek Helio G35 processor with PowerVR GE8320 GPU, with up to 4GB of LPDDR4X RAM and up to 64GB of storage. These are the benchmark scores. Now when it comes to performance, it's a basic entry-level phone. Everything is pretty smooth. For gaming, you can play some light games, you can even play PUBG at lowest graphics settings. Overall, performance is good enough for a normal user, but not for a gamer. Next best thing about this phone would definitely be its cameras. On the rear, it has a 13MP primary camera with f2.2 aperture, and for selfies, you get an 8MP camera inside that dewdrop notch. Here are some sample shots. Next, this phone also has a wide-angle camera. It is an 8MP ultra-wide-angle camera with f2.25 aperture and 119-degree field of view. These are some sample shots. Next, this phone also has a dedicated NIGHTSCAPE mode for both the rear camera and the wide-angle camera, which allows us to take better pictures in low lighting conditions. These are some sample shots. Next, this phone also comes with a pretty fast fingerprint scanner. It is super fast, it takes like a split second to unlock the phone. Well, not as fast as flagships, but still pretty fast considering the price. And every time you unlock the phone, you also get a haptic feedback, which adds to the overall experience. Next, we also have the face unlock feature on this phone. In good lighting conditions, it's almost instantaneous. It immediately unlocks the phone. It even works pretty well in low lighting conditions. And in complete darkness, it still works but takes like a second or two to unlock the phone. Overall, it's definitely usable. Next, for the rear camera, it has just one gesture, that's tap to take pictures. Just enable this feature and touch the preview window to take a picture. Now for the front camera, it also has the palm gesture. And once you enable this feature, whenever your phone sees your palm, it takes a picture in 2 seconds. This feature is really handy for taking selfies. Next, it has something called real sound technology. Now, if you want to improve the audio experience on the headset, just enable real sound technology from the sound settings and you will definitely see a noticeable difference. We have a new navigation gesture called swipe from both sides. Now once you enable this feature, you can swipe from the bottom to go home, swipe and hold for recent tabs, and finally swipe from the left side or right side to go back a step. These are the new swipe gestures even seen on Android 10 and it's already available on this phone. Next we have the old style swipe up gestures. Now once you enable this feature, you can swipe from the bottom right or bottom left corner to go back a step, you can swipe from the center to go home, and finally, you can swipe and hold from the bottom center for recent apps. Even these gestures work really well. Now going on next, we have a super handy shortcut to trigger Google Assistant with the power button. Once you enable this feature, you can long press the power button to trigger Google Assistant. It's a nice feature and can be quite useful while using the navigation gestures, but I don't think this power button will last longer if you use it continuously. Next we have 3-finger screenshot. Now before I show you that, let me show you how to take a normal screenshot. On any Android phone, if you want to take a screenshot, press the volume down button and power button both at the same time and your phone will take a screenshot. It is as simple as that. Now for some reason, if that's a bit difficult for you or if you need something more easy, you can enable this 3-finger screenshot gesture. Now once you enable this feature, you can simply swipe down using 3 fingers to take a screenshot. Personally, this is my favorite feature or my favorite way to take a screenshot, and nowadays most of the phones support this feature. Now going on next, we have long screenshot. Now to take a longer screenshot, first you need to take a normal screenshot. You can either use the buttons or the gesture. Now once you take a screenshot, you get this preview. Now click long screenshot. Now just scroll the page up as long as you want to take a longer screenshot. Now going on next, this phone even comes with screen recording. I really don't know why you want to record your screen, especially on an Android phone, but for some reason if you want to record it, you can start it from the notification toggles, or you can also use the smart bar, which can be accessed from anywhere by swiping on the right side corner. You can stop recording by clicking the stop button on the floating bubble. Next we have flash on call. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a call, flashlight on the phone blinks to give you an indication. This feature can be quite useful when your phone is in silent mode. Next we have a feature called vibrate when you answer an end call. Just like the name suggests, every time you answer a call or end a call, your phone vibrates. It's not a big feature, but adds to the overall experience. Next we have a feature that identifies unknown numbers. Once you enable this feature, whenever you get a call from any unknown number, your phone will check its online database and try to find the contact name. This can be quite useful to check spam calls. Next, we have a feature called Screen On End Calls with Power Button. Once you enable this feature, you can end calls by pressing the power button when the display is on. When the display is off, clicking the power button just turns on the display. Next, we have split screen mode. Now, split screen mode has been on Android for a very long time, but on this phone, we have some more features. Now, to start a split screen mode, as always, you can simply press and hold the recent tabs button. Or on this phone, you can also use the 3-finger gesture. Simply swipe up using 3 fingers to open the current application in a split screen mode. You can choose a secondary application from the list below. Personally, I like this gesture and I wish every other phone has it. Next, we have some screen off gestures like double tap to wake. Just enable it and double tap the screen to wake it up. Next, you can draw a note to open the camera application. We can also draw a V to toggle the torch. We can also draw characters like greater than or less than for music controls. And finally, you can add custom gestures like you can draw a W to open WhatsApp, M for phone dialer, and so on. Next, we have raise to wake. Now, once you enable this feature, you can simply raise your phone or pick it up from a table and your phone wakes up and then displays the lock screen. Next, we have flip to mute incoming calls. Now, just like the name suggests, once you enable this feature, you can flip your phone to silence an incoming call. Next, we have one-handed mode. You can enable this feature from the toggles, and once you click on it, screen size will shrink and your phone becomes much more usable one-handed. Once you're done, you can click the button on the top corner to go full screen. Next, we have digital well-being. Now, this is a feature from Google that tracks all your usage on your phone and gives you a complete analysis of which apps you're using more, and then helps you limit your usage and block notifications from those applications. Next, we have wind down. This feature is part of digital well-being, which can help you sleep faster at night. Using this feature, you can schedule your phone to turn on grayscale mode and do not disturb mode automatically at a specific time. Next, we have Startup Manager. Now just like the name suggests, it's a feature that allows you to stop applications from auto starting in the background. Now most of these applications automatically start in the background and then drain your battery life. And for the most part, just applications like maybe Instagram or WhatsApp needs to be allowed to auto start. So you can disable auto start permission for all these applications and further improve the battery life. Next, we have an app lock built into the system. And unlike most phones, we can unlock locked applications either by using the password or the fingerprint scanner, and even by using the face unlock feature. So if you're already using face unlock feature on your phone, most of the time you won't even see the lock screen. Now because of this one particular feature, you can lock any application you want and you won't be inconvenienced in any way. Next we have clone apps, which is a feature that allows you to use two instances of the same application. Like you can have two WhatsApp accounts, two Facebook accounts and two Instagram accounts on the same phone. This is definitely a very handy feature, but it is still limited to only very few applications. Next we have Game Space. Now this feature or application just tries to improve your gaming experience and gives you a lot more cool features. Now once you add all your games to this Game Space and then open that game, your phone will divert all the resources to improve your gaming experience. It means faster game load speeds, better visuals, and more than that, it gives you the option for Do Not Disturb mode, where you won't be interrupted with annoying notification sounds or visual disturbances like banner notifications. You also have different power profiles to improve the performance or battery life. It also gives you the option to disable auto brightness, which is missing on many phones out there. Next we have Wi-Fi tethering. Now this is a very unique feature which allows you to share existing Wi-Fi connection to other devices. It's like your regular hotspot, but instead of using your mobile data, it will use your existing Wi-Fi connection. Now you might think this might not be a useful feature, but let's say if you're in an airport or a hotel where you have access to only one device or a Wi-Fi, then in that situation, you can share the existing single Wi-Fi connection to multiple devices. Next we have Private Safe. Now this feature is more like an application or like a vault where you can hide all kinds of files. Just like the app lock, we can have a completely different password from your lock screen and we can unlock it using your fingerprint or your facial data. Personally, I suggest you to use Gallery Vault. Next we have Automatic On-Off. Now this is another weird name for schedule power on and power off, and using these settings, we can automatically turn on and turn off your phone at a specific time. Next, it even has a dedicated SD card slot. Nowadays, most of the phones do offer a dedicated SD card slot, but for a phone with this configuration at this price, with all these features, it's quite rare. Next we have Kid Space. If your kid is troubling you about your phone, he wants to play some games, or maybe sometimes he accidentally purchases stuff, Kid Space can be quite useful for you. Once you configure this Kid Space, your kid will be able to only use specific applications that you choose, and he will be able to use your phone only for a specific amount of time. Once again, it's a nice feature, but if your kid already knows your password, it's completely useless. So guys, those were all the best features. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and make sure you check out my video on tips and tricks section. Link will be in the description. Now, if you're planning to buy this phone, please use the link in the description. It always helps the channel, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter, and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.